everybody, it is Erin or Gimme Yarn 418 and I am here with Thank God It's Finished. I fully intended on recording last weekend and then I got into cleaning the studio, just putting away all that stuff that never quite made it where it was supposed to be. And by the time I finished that, I just wanted to spend time with Kirsten, so now we're a week later. And I have a ton of stuff to show you, and I don't quite know how that happened. And I'm seeing more stuff. So, I guess we will just jump into it with both feet. Yeah, I should say today is Saturday, March 19th. Happy belated St. Patrick's Day to you. Happy early Easter to you. Passover, whatever. If you celebrate anything, we celebrate we don't celebrate. I recognize St. Patrick's Day because I like corned beef and cabbage and I'm Irish. So, no coffee today. I'm drinking a really terrible for you but really delicious grape crush. I've cut way down on soda. I used to drink 1 or 2 sodas a day. Like, I'm talking like the beginning of the year, and now I drink about 1 soda a week, which is really good for me. So, anyway, what have we finished? I guess I'm like the nutty professor. Hercules. I think I've done that before. Let me get to the bottom of the basket because that's the oldest stuff. And the first thing on the list. Well, I was looking for those. The first thing I finished, I was working on last time. It's the Leaping Stripes and Baby and Blocks Baby Blanket. Let me say that again. Leaping Stripes and Leaping Stripes and Blocks Baby Blanket. It's a free pattern. There's a link on my Ravelry as with everything else I'm going to show you. I crocheted this out of loops and threads, Baby Charisma, and a bunch of colors. The details are on my Ravelry page, and I finished it. I really like it. I think it's going to be great for the baby. It's folded in thirds. I guess I should show you the full size. It's maybe I shouldn't be recording this video because I cannot speak. It is square. It's almost perfectly square. And the white is variegated. So, I really like that. So, now the baby has a blanket from Auntie Erin. Because Sadie has a sheet blanket from Auntie Erin, so I wanted them, at least their baby blanket, to be just theirs. So, well, the one I made them anyway. There's that. The next thing I knit is for Sadie, and this is in the 3 to 4T size. It's knit out of Willow Yarn's Burrow Bulky, which is an acrylic and wool blend, washable, and this is called the Latte Baby Coat. I'm going to knit one of these for the baby as well. Here it is. It does still need to be blocked a little bit, but I wanted to wait to finish the other one to do it. I'm going to undo these buttons. These buttons are just placeholders. I'm going to show you I bought some other toggle buttons that I want to put on here. Just unbuttoning it, sorry. This is not cabled. I thought it was cabled. It's this not showing up. This stitch, it's really gorgeous and you can't really see it, but it's kind of like lattice work and it goes all the way around the hood. I'm doing a terrible job of showing this. Okay, it looks like a big purple blob. Anyway, take my word for it. It's really cute and I can't wait to see the kids wearing it. The one I knit for the baby is not going to have a hood because I really don't think a hood is really conducive for a baby under the age of 1. More likely I'll make a hat that matches it. And I've been putting, yeah, see the buttons aren't, they're just held on there. I've been putting these tags on there so that my sister knows what size they are. Now, the reason I'm going to switch these buttons is these are shank shank toggles, and I want a toggle that the yarn goes right through it. And I did buy some, and I guess I'll show them to you now. I couldn't find any locally, so I bought some on Etsy. And these are from Salty's Pirate Den. That's all they really say. They're 1.5 inches, and see, they have the... I'm really good at this. They have the holes, so the yarn will go, or thread, whatever I sew it on with, will go right through it. So I feel like that'll be more secure. I don't really like the idea of a shank button for tiny hands that go to your mouth very easily. So yeah, so I think there are 30 of these, and I missed. I'm noticing, I think there's oh, it came with a gift. I didn't even notice that. Coconut buttons. So I got 30 of these, and I think they were $6 or $7, which was not a bad price in my mind. So I'll have to fix that. Not fix it, but I'll have to put the buttons on and block that. Next. Next, I knit this hat. It's called the Fairytale Winter Hat. It's by Susan B. Anderson. I knit it out of Juniper Moon Farm Moonshine. I didn't have the best of luck with this yarn. It was spliced in many, many locations. Places. There was like 20, 25. I've never used this yarn before, so I don't know that that is or is not the norm. But I contacted them and they said it's not. So they said they were going to, they wanted to send me something to apologize. And I really just wanted to let them know because I think that it's important to know what's happening, because this is, a manufactured yarn. This isn't a yarn that made in small batches. So anyway, here is the hat. I should have thought and worn my hair down. I played serious yarn chicken on this because it has an enormous cuff. And if I knit it again, I wouldn't knit the cuff so long because I don't really fold mine up. But it worked out in my favor in this hat because of all the splices. Here, I'm going to show you one of them. I'm going to try to anyway. Man, you would think this was my first video. You see that? All through the yarn like that. And if I had cut and reattached that, it would have been ridiculous. And I have a faux fur pom pom on the top, which I'll talk more about later. And I didn't do the decreases the way the pattern called for because I didn't have enough yarn. So I do like the hat. It's a little bit big for me, so if and when I knit it again, I will make the cuff shorter. It won't fold over. And I'll have enough yarn for the decreases, and I'll probably knit one needle size down. But it was a nice pattern, easy to follow, and I liked it. And this pom-pom is from Premier Yarns, and this one is color Otter. So that's that. I don't need to put that back in the bag because I'm done with it. I keep all my labels together to show you guys, so... And that bag can go downstairs. Ha! What's next? The next thing is this. Oops, you get to see my mess too. I can't really show you the whole thing, but this is one of my scrap blankets that I had to put on hold because I needed to order more of the cream. Well, I did that because on March 1st I was able to order the things I needed to get by. So that came out of this book, Granny Squares. It is a UK book in UK terminology. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend this book. There's not a whole lot in here when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it. But the pattern I used is my first time making my first time garden seat cover. And I just used the motif and made it into a blanket. And how did I sew it together? I did an invisible whip stitch. So that's from that book. There are a few other things in here that I do like, but I don't feel like anything is something I couldn't find somewhere else for free or with more options and information. Sorry. If I don't put it away now, who knows when I will put it away. Next up is my gym meet socks. When I go to watch our niece Leia's gym meet, I bring a pair of socks because it's easy to knit on. It's in my Stockinette Zombies. It's a good looking hoe bag, which I probably shouldn't bring to gymnastics meets. Anyway, this is some French yarn that I can't pronounce, Gumi. My goodness, I should not be making this video. And the color is marble, and it came out much different than I anticipated. But Kristen likes them, so that's all that matters. Here they are. Plain vanilla sock with Fish Lips Kiss heel. I did not match them. My second pair of non-matching socks. It's a little easier when they're not for me. Well, it's my third pair. I made it, maybe my fourth. I don't know. Intentionally unmatching matching socks, so she likes them and she will be happy that she can wear them now. And I think I need to get a bigger pair of sock blockers because Kristen has big dogs, big feet. Put that in with my scrap yarn. I don't know if I've ever shown you this. This is what's on my table up in my knitting area. It's all my leftover sock yarn for my sock blanket. I have one more finished object, and this is both a pay for and a free pattern. There's a free version of one size, but then you can buy the baby and child size to get more options. I knit it out of Willow Yarn's Wash, which is a anti-pill acrylic. It's very similar to Deborah Norville anti-pill. I need to take a sip of soda, I'm sorry. I had a tickle in my throat. The color is Sapphire. It's a gorgeous color. It was a really nice yarn to work with. It's been in my stash for a while, and I finally pulled it out. So this is the baby. The pattern I used is the baby and child sophisticate. The baby sophisticate, which I think is just the newborn size or the 0 to 3 month size, is available for free. I knit this in the 6 month size. And here it is. There's one. The color's not coming. That color's right. That color, not so much. This color, more accurate. So I knit 1, 2. This is for a friend who needs a baby gift. Well, 2 baby gifts actually. So those will be going in the mail on Monday. And put those over there. My FO bucket is empty. Trying to make it so that all the stuff that needs to go downstairs is in the same spot. Now I can put it all in there. So let's move on to whips. Whips. The first whip I have is a huge whip. Huge. Or should I say, because it's election time, a huge whip. It's the Emoji Blanket, and this is a free pattern on Repeat Crafter Me. For the most part, I've charted some of my own. And I'm going to make mine 20 blocks. I believe there are, let me think. There are 11 blocks available from Repeat Crafter Me. So there's this block, which is available. So that's my first one, and all the ends. I have started to weave in my ends, and I'm going to keep all the ends to show you all how many ends go into these blocks. So there's that one. And this one. And see this here? That gets fixed when you sew in the ends. And this one, I can't remember. I think this is one of hers. This is one of hers. I think this is one of hers. This is definitely one of Repeat Crafter Me's. The poop emoji. I'm having a lot of fun with these. You have to be able to concentrate and juggle a lot of different balls of yarn. This one I did. It's the sick emoji. I charted that one. I think I charted this one too, but I'm no, maybe not. This is one of hers. And this is mine. Well, not mine, but I charted this one, the sleeping one. And you do these with multiple balls, corner to corner. And you have, I use butterflies of all my different colors. And I wanted to say, I think most people, I learned how to make the yarn butterflies from my grandmother or my mother, I'm not sure which. And I don't know if it's common knowledge how to make those. And if you would like to see how I make my yarn butterflies, which I should show you in case you're not familiar with what that is. This is a yarn butterfly. And you wrap it in such a way so it's like a center pole. And it doesn't get knotted and tangled up, and it's a little bit easier to manage. So if you'd like to see how I make mine, leave that in the comments below, and I will try and ask Kristen to help me get that done. So I think I have, I don't know how many blocks that is. It's a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 9 more blocks to go because I used 10 of her charted blocks and I charted 10 of my own. And that got put on hold also because I didn't have enough yellow yarn to continue. So that will be a little revisited in a little bit. 2 other things I'm working on are my sock yarn scrap blanket. Haven't touched it. And my temperature blanket, which today I pulled out, and I'm over a month behind, like a month and 3 days behind. So I'm going to take a day next week and work on that. And my only other whip is Campside by Alicia Plummer. If you haven't knit any of her patterns, check them out. I really do enjoy all of the patterns of hers that I've knit. I've knit a few. This is a free pattern, so it's a great one to check out. It's knit out of sport weight yarn, and I am using just some Cascade 220 Superwash Sport that I got when one of the LYSs was going out of business, and I got it for super duper cheap. I got 8 balls, and 2 were in one colorway, dye lot, and 2 were in another. So I'm alternating my skeins, which was a good idea because they are very, very different. And I don't know if it'll show up on video, but it is slightly striped. Let's see. No, you can't see it on the video. So it's knit from the top down. And I don't think I can stretch it all the way out because my needles. I'm using signatures. But it's a fun and very easy pattern. There's a purl rest row between each one. This is chart 1, the first section. I just finished the second section and I'm going into the third section. The eyelets just get closer together, and then there's a ribbing border, and it's really enjoyable. Kristen and I have been watching movies today, and I've been knitting on it, and it's been really relaxing and fun. So highly recommend it. Go check it out. And it's a free pattern, and it's like impeccably written. I will say there is errata. There is errata on chart 4. The last row of chart 4. Second to last row of chart 4. Which can throw you completely off. Ask me how I know. But it was caught by the designer, and if I had used my brain and checked before I started, I would have known. So those are all my whips. I do have a cross stitch update for you. First, I have an FFO. It was Kristen's Valentine's Day present, but I just finished it. And it's Frosted Pumpkins Elements of Love. Sorry for the glare. Yeah, it looks better that way. It's really cute. It also had a border around the edge, but I used some ecru colored Ada, so it kind of blended in because it was in white. So there's that. I had to take it off the wall downstairs. After that, I started this, which is a Dollie Manos kit, Beauty Queen for a Day. I really, really, really want to find the Dollie Manos kit. This is from several years ago. That's the Knitwit. If anybody has one and they want to get rid of it, I'd be happy to purchase it. I haven't found one yet. And I've just barely started. I'm working on her little bathrobe wrap. This is an 8x8 Q-snap, and I made the grab guard. And my other ongoing whip is the Frosted Pumpkin. Whoa. There's the thread I've been looking for. Gosh darn it. I sat down to work on the Dollie Manos and all my pink thread was gone. I just found, not thread, floss, I should say. So this is the Frosted Pumpkin Woodland Sampler, and I'm trying to do 1 block a month. I'm just a tiny, tiny bit ahead. You've seen January and February, and I just finished March. And I did a little bit of work on April. I'm trying not to get behind. This is, I mean, it's not technically behind because this is from several years ago, but I'm trying to do 1 block a month. And I'm really enjoying it. And again, I made my grime guard. Cramps in my legs, cramps in my legs. And that brings me to another question I have. So how many questions have I posed in this? We asked about butterflies. Butterflies. Just so I'll try and remember to write them in the description. I know a lot of the yarny community has been cross-stitching, and I don't know. I'm not really going to get into floss tube because I do not. Oh gosh, my legs are asleep. I feel like Ming Mao. I don't consider myself an avid cross-stitcher. I don't think I ever will be, but I do enjoy it. It's relaxing as something different to do, and now I'm going to sit again because my foot's not asleep. So I don't know if anyone would be interested in seeing my stash of cross-stitch. I work primarily from kits. If you are, leave a comment in the description below and I will add that into my videos. So, what is up next? I need to start a pair of socks tonight because there's a gymnastics meet tomorrow. And my socks are done. And I'm thinking I might use this neon yarn that I bought right after the last gymnastics meet. So, that might be next. And more baby stuff, of course. And I just watched Arnie and Carlos's video on their knitted Easter eggs, and I might try and make a couple before next Sunday just to jazz up the house. We don't do anything for Easter, but I like knitting, so, and I love Arnie and Carlos. I think I'm in love with them. And then I want to knit a couple toys. I'm really itching to make Retro Lemon's frog, the superhero frog, in some Vanna's Choice in Seaside Mist, which is it probably is my favorite Vanna's Choice color, and Z sent me a few skeins, and I've been hoarding it. Actually, Sadie's baby blanket is knit out of Seaside Mist. It's crocheted out of Seaside Mist. I really love that yarn. I hate that they discontinued it. Anyway, I digress. So that's what I have up next. I do have a few new things this video. Gosh, I'm itchy. I bought the cream yarn to finish this. I almost only bought 1 skein. I bought 3, thank God, because I used 2.5 to finish it, and I had already used 2, so. I also bought, who mentioned this? Stephanie Bella, I think. She said she went to Stitches. Frosted Pumpkin. I bought their new Will You Be My Friend, I think it's called, to cross stitch up eventually. I still have the one from last year, the alphabet, the sampler, Fibery Friend sampler that I haven't done, so I'm hoping I get one of those done this year. I ordered online more yellow for my Emoji Blanket. And then I also got a brown, 2 shades of brown. One is Heather and one is Soft Taupe, because I need it for one of the squares and I wasn't sure which shade to go with. It's going to be the darker one. So I ordered both because they ended up being $1.99 a skein, so it wasn't a big deal. And the buttons I showed you. And last but not least, I bought the Pom Pom that I told you about, but I bought a couple because I had a hard time finding them. And I didn't know which one to buy, so I went crazy and just bought them all. The first ones I got were Lion Brand. It's the Pom Pom, or Le Pom. No, it's the Pom, not the Pom Pom. It's faux fur. This one is in color mink. It's brown. That's more accurate. This one's bear, I think. Nope, black cat. Just a black one. These two I got for Sadie because she likes to pull the strands out of all the pom-poms. And this is Limelight and this is Pink Lady. So I thought those would be cute for her. And I got a bunch of different brands because I wanted to try them all. This is Premier Yarns. Oh, this is the bear one. What's this one? Oh, I got two in bear. And this is the one I actually thought I was going to use. This is a Bernat pom-pom. It's so soft. But it was a little bit too heavy for my hat, for that yarn. That yarn wouldn't have supported it. What color is this one? This is in Gray Lynx. Oh, it's so soft. Oh, so soft. So soft. Oh. Now, I will say, this is very similar to this in how it's attached. They give you all these little threads. Now, they're much shorter on the Premier pom-poms. Much shorter. And you weave them through the top and secure it on the inside and then weave in the ends. Now, these are significantly longer. I think probably a good 1.5 inches or so. This was very difficult for me to knot onto the top of that hat and have any... I don't know if it's my fingers are just too fat. I think I have average size fingers though. So this was very difficult to secure. For that reason, I don't think I would buy these again. It's a good weight and has a nice feel, but is very difficult to secure. So those ones, I will use them, but I wouldn't buy them again. These are long. This is longer, the Bernat one, and I think this would be much easier. And it has more threads. The Premier one only had 4. This one has 6. It's really soft. But it is a little bit heavier, so I was glad that I got a few to try. The Lion Brand one is a completely different animal. Let me see if I can get one off. It's knotted onto... If I was thinking, which it's clear today I am not, would have done this ahead of time. Okay, this one has an elastic. It's also much flatter here. This is like totally flat, and that might just be because it was up against the card. So it doesn't give any directions on how to secure it. It does have a lot of room to work with, but this is an elastic, so I'd have to think about, maybe look online of ideas on how to attach that. So, could just use it as a ponytail. Watch out, you may see me in my next video with a big giant pink pom-pom in my hair. And that's what I got that was new. Which seems like a lot all of a sudden, and I'm just putting this back on the card so I remember the color in case I want to buy another one. The last thing I have to say is that the Southpaw Etsy store is back open. I opened it yesterday, and everything that is in the shop right now is marked down 25% until next Thursday, probably wee hours of Friday morning, and I anticipate having an update back at regular prices on Friday. So if you want to head on over there and check it out, like I said, everything is marked down 25% for you. And I also wanted to know if people were interested in the grime guards. I'm not I'm not the only one that does this. It's not my idea. It's not, and I know there are many other places to get them. But if people were interested in them, I'd make a couple up and put them in the shop. I make them for the 8x8 and the 11x11 or 12x12. I think it's 11x11. Q snaps. So if there's interest in that, I'll add a couple of those to the shop too. So that is all I have for today, which is a lot. So I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys are doing great, and until next time, I will talk to you later.